The polls are staggering, public opinion eroding, and the shift happening in real time. Why is the public losing confidence in the state of Israel? And why has the staunch Israeli partner, the GOP, started to crumble and crack when it comes to support? My name is Musa Ghanayem. I'm an attorney, and I have been for 25 years. I practice in 3 different jurisdictions, so let's go ahead and break down the news. And let's start with the polls regarding the military aggression that Israel has been using in Gaza. And you can see back from 2024 all the way to 2025, the staggering drop. What looks like a 92-point drop in favorability and approval ratings. And why is this happening? You'll see in the United States, it's dropped tremendously. And this is a nationwide poll. And the world's confidence in Netanyahu has absolutely plummeted, with it looks like Kenya having him being the highest favorable rating in the world at 54%. So let's get back to the question. Why? Why have we seen support for the state of Israel crumbling in real time? And it's images like this that have absolutely devastated the world and reminded the world of the horrors of the past. These are side-by-side pictures of a starving Jewish child in Germany in 1945 and a starving Gazan child in 2025. And the similarity between these 2 images is shocking. And this image alone has done more to erode any support for the state of Israel than anything else. And this is something that Israel has severely miscalculated, because this isn't the only one of these images. It makes it very easy to connect the dots here as to what's happening in Gaza. And it's scary. It's very scary. I think people now realize what it is. And now they see what the Palestinians have been going through and what Israel will do when allowed to do it. The world confidence in the state of Israel and its current government is at an all-time low. Yet the current governments of the countries are completely ignoring the masses, completely ignoring what the people want and what they're saying. And meanwhile, the populations of all of these countries are becoming more and more enraged, more and more agitated, more and more angry. And when you see images like this, how can you not be? So what have we done to reach out to these people that are so angry about what's going on? Well, here's one. For example, TikTok has hired a former IDF soldier to police the content. So the idea is to make sure you see less of what is happening on the ground there, not more. And that if you were to criticize what's happening on the ground there, you're the problem. You're the issue. And here we got this. So after the big reset, you can see that this app, TikTok, is no longer really a viable app. The only place you're going to be able to get information, especially from channels like me, is going to be YouTube. Now, the world is so upset about this that France has announced it will recognize a Palestinian state because that's the only way to get Israel's attention. And now Kier Starmer says the UK will recognize a Palestinian state unless Israel agrees to a ceasefire. So, let me say this to Kier Starmer. Fuck you, you fucking idiot. A Palestinian state is not a threat. You're a fucking moron. You can't recognize one unless there's a ceasefire. What does that mean? If Israel temporarily stops murdering Palestinian children, then you won't recognize a Palestinian state? After you yourself are complicit, and history will recognize that you are complicit. I mean, these images are out there now. The world sees what's happening. It can no longer hide. So now you have Gabor Mate, Ilian Pape, Alan Mizrahi, a lot of Israeli and Jewish intellectuals and scholars calling this a genocide, calling this the worst thing that's ever happened to Israel. Worse than what happened to them on October 7th. And I say worse because it's leading to the destruction of their society. So it turns out that you cannot go on a 2-year murderous rampage claiming to be going after 10,000 people and killing what the Lancet is saying nearly 500,000. You can't destroy an entire civilization. You can't starve people. You can't use starvation as a weapon of war. You can't shoot people that you are pretending to give aid to. And you can't go in there saying our goal is to wipe out this type of person. After 2 years, we finally said, no, that's enough. But the government's not listening because they have interests that don't align with yours. So the most important thing you can do is continue to keep the pressure on your politicians. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening and watching. My name is Musa. I greatly appreciate it. If you could please like, follow, share, and you can find me on YouTube at Legally Blinding. Thank you.